Hey traders, I hope we're all doing well, and I just wanted to quickly do this video for you because sometimes I notice sometimes the simple things we keep forgetting when we're trading, and sometimes the simple things are really going to help us make money in the market. And we look at simple things like support, resistance, the peaks and troughs, moving averages, and stuff like that. So we're looking at here. This is what we're looking at now. Is just my trading results here for the last for this month. Let me just move this over here a bit more. Okay, so let me squeeze this up a bit more. There we go. Okay, so you can see this is this is some trading results basically from the 7th. I've got more here, but I can't fit it on the screen. And you can see basically from the 14th right to the 26th, this is basically the trading results. You know, I've had some wins and I've had some losses, had some wins, but you can see here that I had a $500 profit here. Okay, so 500 profit, 900 profit, break even, 550, 375 loss, 450 win, 500, 225, 225 loss, and then I had a 475 win, 325 and 926.50 win. So this is all my live trading and my trading diary. They obviously get it a live message when I get into these trades, so they see exactly what I'm getting. So overall, doing pretty well this month and stepping up pretty big. But I really wanted to show you this. The overall video is just show you this very last trade here. Okay, this is the last trade here. Was I entered at 4:26 a.m. in the morning, and this is US time. So let's go click on details here. I want to show you something here because I want to show you my details on how this trade worked out and what happened. And you can see here that I entered on the 4:26 a.m. I entered long at 10.98. Okay, I entered 2 contracts here. Now, I actually entered here at 10 o'clock. So if we're looking at that, that's almost 6 hours later. And then what happened another 2 hours later at 12 p.m. I exited my last contract. So I exited one contract here, brought myself to break even, kept bringing my stop up, and ended up getting tagged out at 11:08.25 my last contract, and 11:07. So this, as I'm recalling, this is actually last night's trade. But I thought I'd bring this up because I really want to give you guys some education on how you can use this right now in the market. So one lesson here is that sometimes we need to be patient with our trade. Have a decent size stop, but have a decent size profit as well. 6-7 point stop, and I was actually going for 8-9 points in this trade. And you can see I picked up you can see I picked up almost over 9.5 points in this trade. But the one thing here is that you can see that I actually had to spend time waiting for this trade to develop. Now, what did the charts look like? This is the charts here. Okay, this is what the charts look like here. And if I just squeeze this chart up, and once again, I'm just teaching you here that some important things, they're basic things, but some important things need to be understood to really, you know, get a good understanding of what the market's doing. So what we have here is simply this. We can see this is simply a 120-minute chart on the ES. Okay, so used in the bigger time frame, and we can clearly see this is happening here, right? Resistance here, and so on and so forth. Now, when we're looking at this resistance level coming through here, if the market finds a resistance, let's say the market runs up, finds a resistance, breaks back down, then breaks back up, and then turns straight back down again, that is a weak sign. But if the market steps up, finds resistance, breaks down, and keeps going back up, and then comes back down to find support and then run it back up, we're likely to continue. Okay, it's basically support and resistance change roles. I think we all know that. So that's that line there. If I zoom in a bit more and open it, my entry level was 10.98. Okay, so let me show you where that was. Okay, so 10.98. The market ran up. 10.98, as you can see, was that low right there. 10.98 was that line right there. Basically that line. Okay, now if you move it sideways, you can see it actually, I got tagged right there on this bar here. Now this is an hour and 20-minute bar. Okay, came down and tagged me and went down, went as low as 96.75. Okay, almost at this support line, which is this parallel trend line. Okay, almost at the support line. Now I'm filled at this time, right? I'm filled at 97, 98 at this time. And then the market, now this is one 21-hour bar, another one. So these are 2-hour bars going through, and sometimes you just got to have your stop in, be patient, and wait for the trade to form. And now he moved over, and the market started to pick back up. Actually, did get the bounce what I was expecting, and then we had the big run up, boom, run up, and then we had a bit of sideways movement there. Okay, and you can see here my first exit was 11.07 for, that was not a 9-point profit there for 11.07. So I exited right there at 11.07 for for a 9-point profit. And as the market kept moving up, I actually brought my stop up, and brought my stop up pretty close to there as we started to take up to about, when was that, almost 11.10. I brought it up to 10.85.25, and you can see that's when I got tagged. My stop got tagged there. So we were at 11.10, but I brought my stop up to try to protect the profit, but also we'll see if the market can keep continuing. So a couple lessons I want to teach you here. First thing is that sometimes be patient with your trade. Sometimes you need to sit on your hands and wait for the trade to form. Wait for the trade to move around. Wait for the trade to do its thing, okay? But have a stop in place, have a profit target in place, and wait for the trade to do something. Don't get nervous and don't say, oh, it's got to do something now because I'm in a trade. As you can see here, this was like 6 hours before it did anything. Okay, it just went sideways. As you can see here, it just went all overall sideways for about 6 hours before it picked back up. The second thing that I must say is that try and have a bigger profit target than your loss. Okay, and sometimes that's hard, and as you know, sometimes my loss is a bit bigger than my profits. But try, in a rule of thumb, try to have your stops your profit targets a bit bigger than your losses. Okay, and the next rule of thumb is that sometimes we just got to stick to the basics. Okay, stick to the basics. This trade here was nothing other than identifying a channel, okay, and saying, okay then, and now we have resistance here, and because it's on a longer term time frame chart, if this here was a 5-minute chart, I'd say, what are you doing? Don't use support resistance on a 5-minute chart, even though they might work. If you're looking for a 9-10 point trade, then you need to be using longer time frames. Okay, so a couple of things here. Use basic things as channels. And you say, okay then, well, we have resistance up here, and then if the market gets down to this level through here, we're likely to have support, right? And if the market gets down to this trend line, we're likely to have support. So now we have 2 levels of support. 2 levels of support. Simple basic stuff, simple analysis stuff that can really actually help you trading. So if you're just patient enough and just wait for these entries, wait for these setups, as you saw on my trading results, the last couple of trades have been good. Because look at this, all I've been doing is buying it. Okay, we have support here, market ran down, boom, support, and took off. Okay, and if we just go back to this here, I just want to show you, like for example, this trade here. Okay, 937 long at 1085. Okay, this was on the 23rd of the 7th. Okay, now I want to show you that trade because look at this. 1085, where is 1085? See that 1085 level there? This level right here is the 1085 level, okay? Now, the reason I'm showing that is because why did I get into that trade? Simple basic analysis, right? The market ran up, started going sideways, popped back down. As soon as it hit this support level, I knew we're going to have we had really good resistance over here. So as soon as it gets to that level, we're likely to have support. This trend line wasn't in place at that time, so we didn't have a parallel trend line. But I knew we had a really good support level here because of the resistance, okay? And what happened? Pretty simple. The market ran up, came down, I went long, and we had a nice big run up through here. And then you can see it's just overall stepping up, okay? Breaking past resistance, using support. Okay, so I had on this move here, I actually think I got stopped out here. So I got stopped out here, I made a nice profit here, and I made a nice profit here, okay? So as you can see, I'm waiting for that pullback here, waiting for the pullback. Entered here at 1085, waited for a nice run up, had a couple of good trades there. Ran down, run down, wait for the pullback, and there you go. Okay, so couple of good lessons there. Make sure you use those lessons there. I just want to make sure I do that video because I actually trade every day the way I teach you guys. Okay, so use those lessons, use them for your benefit. Use the basic setups. Be patient with this setup, and sit back and sometimes just relax and be calm. Okay. All right, guys. Thanks a lot. Leave a comment below and let me know what you thought about this video.